Hey guys, welcome to day 14 of this 30-day email breakdown challenge. So this today, right, we'll be breaking down this email from Kevin Rogers, and just a little bit information about Kevin. Background information about Kevin is that Kevin Rogers is a former comedy turned copywriter, and over the years he has built a very good system for telling your own stories, which is the 60 second sales hook, which you can check it out at copychief.com. And if you are a business owner, right, looking to hire any copywriters, you can just go on there on the platform to find the copywriters that is suitable for your business, right? So maybe right, I'm doing this video right here. Maybe I'm not suitable for a business. Maybe you are maybe doing e-commerce or tech stuff, but you can always go to copychief.com and find your ideal copywriter, right, over there. But if you are a copywriter, right, so you can learn a ton from that community. I personally is in that community, so if you are there, just tag me or say hi. So yep. And so just that's a little bit background about him. And the way that he wrote this email really connects with me. That's why I want to share with you in this breakdown today, in day 14. So let's start, right? Okay, so the subject line: rejection turns to flattery. So this is a great hook that makes the reader wonder how does because the norm, right, what they typically think is that rejection is leads to hopeless, loss, disappointment, all this. So but instead, right, Kevin is saying the saying it in different way, that rejection turns to flattery. So this is not something that people normally see, which is also a little bit of contradictory here. And so I think this is great hook that makes the reader wonder how he turned rejection into flattery. Yeah. So the first sentence, rejection sucks, but if you think about it, how many times has it turned out to be a gift in disgust? So he's setting the tone right there, and asking a question, or asking the reader a question to make them think. But he didn't continue on and on with these questions, or he didn't state more questions to make them think even more, because that will cause confusion. So after that question, right, he immediately jumped into a story and dragged the reader into his story. So that's why he only have a question over there and right away jump into the story, because he don't want to hang the reader at the cliff for too long or confuse them. Yep. So one of the funkiest job I held between comedy and copywriting was working the overnight shift at a haunted beach hotel. It's called the Don's Cecil. If you have ever been to the beach, okay, so the entire thing, right, is he's talking about his past story. And what he's doing here, right, he's telling the reader what he liked about it, like about working in this hotel, this haunted beach hotel, and what he doesn't like about it. So he's being vulnerable here by showing what he liked and what he doesn't like about this place, working in this place. And then, so but this is not the main point. That's why you as a reader, right, you need this context to set up enough information, enough background information for the reader before leading to the main point. That's why he didn't bother to cut short this entire story, but he decided to just leave it over there to set up the tone, the the scene for the reader to before they go into the main point. Yep. So that's one of the things that I like about this email. and and then there's a few transition here. This the first transition, right, is from the setup to the main point, which is the setup, which is the background information, and to the main point, which is what why he's talking about this story right here. So why he's talking about this story is because he he want to talk about the worst part of the job, and the part of the job that he's thankful for, uh even until now. Yeah. So it was the office politics that kept him locked into the overnight shift. So and then so he talked about there's a clique there, and each year so he stuck he so long story short, right, he was stuck uh in the night shift, and he doesn't like it because he has a separate schedule from everyone else in his life. Excuse me. So he just couldn't sleep well in during the daylight, and no matter how, yeah, long story short, right, he can't sleep well, and he was on a different schedule with everyone else in his life. So that's his struggle. He's being vulnerable there, and trying to connect with his email readers with the emotions that he's feeling. Because as you can feel, right, when you have a separate schedule, then you can't see your family for most of the days except for the weekends, or maybe if you have overtime, then maybe you are left with just Sunday, or yeah, or just even worse, or like just a few hours of Sunday, yeah, before they get to the bed. So this is very emotional part, because he didn't dig in into say like his mom sleep at what time, his wife sleep at what time, so he only left with how many hours. He didn't say that because he knows that his readers will think about it himself, because it's relatable. So sometimes you have to be detailed, but sometimes you have to step back a little bit to let the reader think for themselves, because it's common sense, yeah, it's all emotions, so readers can think about it themselves. Yeah, so that's his struggle. And then finally the opportunity came. So one of the day crew, right, was moving up to the hospitality big league of Las Vegas. So he was right, so the day crew was moving to another, I'm not sure, is it company, another company, or another role in another outlet or something like that. But anyways, the day crew is gonna leave his position open. So his own instinct, right, will think that, oh, so there's a spot over there. So Scott, which is his manager, will definitely shift him to the day shift. So he was looking forward to that. But what's surprising is they didn't take Kelvin. They didn't ask Kevin to take over that day shift, but instead they hire a random guy to take over that position. So this is surprising because it's unexpected for Kevin, or that they will hire a random guy instead of taking him into the day shift. So, and another thing about it is it is inevitable. So Kevin can't do anything about it other than quitting the job, because his manager Scott is not obligated to move him from night shift to day shift, right? So it's surprising, and it's inevitable. So this is what Scott McKinsey call the twist. So in one of his blog series in the copy chief, it is called Story Cells series, and in one of the blog, right, he talked about the twist. Having a twist in your email can make it more interesting, more fun, and to make the reader read or continue reading your email. So that's the twist. Having surprise, and having inevitable element in your email. So and then right, he felt, of course, he felt a unique sting of rejection that makes jealousy with embarrassment, with anger, with injustice, and led him to hearing himself saying, okay, well, fuck you, Scott, and uh fuck this job, as he's not okay. So everything here, right, is talking about the past until now. He transitioned to now that he looked back, and he realized that if he would want the day shift gig, right, so if he were to shift from the night shift to the day shift, then he wouldn't have discovered copywriting. He would just stay at the hospitality job, and he wouldn't have land at his friend marketing company, and met some direct response consultant that told him that he's a good writer, he should learn how to write sales copy. So if all this if he got the day job, all these things will not happen. So he's kind of like being grateful about how he didn't win that day job. Yeah. So now he's so that's imagining how he will be like, what his life will be like if he shift to the day job. And then he continued on to say about now that he's a guest in that haunted beach hotel. And then none of them recognize him, including his manager. But if they do, he will thank them for rejecting him. So this is also part of his how grateful he is for this for that to happen to him, that he can't shift to the day shift job, gig. Yeah. So I think of every so the moral of the story, right? Okay, so everything here, I'll skip through because it's a little bit too long, and it might be quite boring for you because it doesn't need everything, because this is based on your personal voice. And like I say, you don't need everything, so I only will point out those that are important to you, and for you to implement in your business. The important thing about these breakdowns is all the entire framework, instead of just the particular words or this, because all those, right, will depend on the context of your business. Because every business, you guys sell different things, right? Some are B2B, B2C, but mostly I believe that mostly, or if you are watching this, you are mostly B2C, and maybe doing online or selling online courses, all this. Yeah, but if you are e-commerce, that's alright too, it works too. Yeah. So the moral of the story here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you wanna the entire PDF of this breakdown, right, just click on the link down at the description link below, and you'll get it, right. You get immediate access to it. Uh no opt-in or anything. You just get access to the Google Drive. Yep. So now, right, he's after transitioning from now and when he looked back. So and then he talked some more about how he's now a guest of the hotel. And then his moral of the story is he wants to he tells this story in a way that he's turning a blessing in disguise. So he's turning a bad thing into a good thing, which is which is the which lead to the moral of the story, which is embracing your rejections, both past and future. So and they are proof that you are moving through life with purpose. And even though they feel like hell in the moment, trust that you will look back and see them as gift. Just as soon as you arrive at something better, you knew was out there for you, rooting for you always. So if you're something involves freelancing, then I would love to hang out with you. So he's reminding them about this freelancing boot camp that he's doing. And yeah. So he's reminding them, so it's not hard selling over there. Yeah, so the framework he uses is okay, so this is a summary of his framework. So he used a setup for a past story, for his past story. And then he has a main point for that, which is here the worst part, and the part that he's most thankful for was the office politics. So that's his main part of the story. Then he transit to now, how the story affect his life now. Then he's stating a moral of the story, which is trying to turn the story into a blessing or in disguise. Yeah. So two things I love about this email is the story gave sufficient context for the reader to understand what happened. Like I said, right, he didn't bother to cut down on the length of the email, which is totally fine with that, because it really gives the reader enough context to know what's happening before he go on to the main point of the email. Yeah. So another thing that I like about this email is he's summarizing the events right here, from this sentence to this sentence, right here. So the sheep parts, running a quarter mile, delivering newspaper. So he didn't go very specific in like running a quarter mile. Then he was sweating. Like he didn't talk about very detail. He didn't dive into it very detail. So he's just skimming through, then delivering newspaper all the 300, so only one gets okay. So yeah, he's summarizing the events right there. What's the shit part of this job? Yeah, so this is also an advanced storytelling skill that you can use in your business to avoid being too detailed until you lost your readers. Yeah, so one area of improvement is I feel that he should promote his product at the close instead of the PS, because since he's building up the entire story, right, he has enough strength to, I believe that he has enough strength to close the the reader right before he's signing off. Yeah, so if he could uh add in this thing over here and then just rephrase it in a way that it makes sense, is smooth, and then I think it will close more. Yeah, so and then maybe at his PS he can do something like scarcity or the price drop or something. Yeah, and that's very true. That's very and one thing I like about his work is because he's very honest about that scarcity element right there. So it's true though, if you were to check out his website at, I think it's freelancingbootcamp.com or something. Yeah, but if you were to go to kevinrogers.com or copychief.com, yeah. So and you'll see this event, and there's three price point. So before October 1st is like 297. Before uh November 1st is like 397, and before another date is like 497. So but I'm not sure of the date, but the price drop is definitely there. So he's very honest about that, and that's also what I want to bring it up to you guys, is to always be authentic to your readers. Be mindful of what you tell them about your scarcity elements. Make sure it's true before you put up to the market, so that you build trust over time. You don't build trust over time, but you don't break the trust over time. Yeah, so it's kind of like, if you have it, it's good. If you don't have it, you you I mean, if you have it, no one will say anything. But if you don't have it, the trust, but then that's all. Yeah, you can't even sell things, or like you have a hard time to build up that trust again in future. So don't ever do such inadequate thing in your business at all. Yeah. So if you have any comments about my breakdown today, just leave it down at the comment section below. And if not, give me a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when the next video is uploaded. See you later.